Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to do another word sort activity. Today we're going to do it on the computer. I wasn't real happy with how it turned out doing it using my document viewer. So I'm going to do it on the screen because it looks a little bit neater that way. But this is what we're working on today. It's our noun and verb sort. Your objective today is to be able to identify nouns and verbs related to graduation. So because I am doing it on the computer, I'm going to save this, but your copy, you're going to cut out this top piece. You can write your name on here, and then you can glue this on another piece of paper if you'd like, and then cut these out to sort them. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it on the computer. You do not have to glue them down unless you really want to. If you don't glue them down, that just means you can practice more. So let's take a look at our activity. This is what your worksheet should look like, except you got a black and white copy, so it's not quite as fancy. And today we're learning about nouns and verbs. A noun is a person, place, or thing. So you can see there's a person there to remind us. And a verb is an action, something that happens. So you can see that person is moving. So we can see here, let's look at our first two words as an example, and then we'll get started. We've got drive. Look at that. We even have an action to go with it. So we know drive is a verb. And then we have speaker. And speaker is a person. We don't know what the person is doing. We could guess that they are speaking. But we're talking about the speaker, and because the speaker is a person, that is a noun. So let's get started on our activity. We're actually going to do this on a Google slide because it's easier to manipulate. So we've got a section here called nouns and a section called verbs. Remember, you can cut these two out and glue them to the top of a piece of paper, or just set them on your counter or table to practice sorting. Let's go back to our worksheet, and I'm going to use my little scissor snipping tool to cut out drive. We already talked about drive. Remember, driving shows action. And which one of these shows action? That's right, over here. Drive. I'm going to make that a little bit smaller to make sure we have room for everything. Our next word, we're going to go down the column on the left, and then we'll do the column on the right. Our next word is speaker. So I'm going to cut out speaker. If I'm going too quickly, you can pause this and get everything cut out before we start and follow along with me. Speaker. Is our speaker a person or an action? That's right, a person. The speaker is a person, so which is a noun. If our word was speech, it would be a noun as well, because that is a thing. A speech is the thing. So speaker is a person. Remember, nouns are a person, place, or thing. All right, our next word is gather. And even looking at the picture gather, we see a lot of people, and we see some arrows that show that people are coming together. They're gathering, which is an action. So that would go under the verbs. Gather is a verb. So we have one noun, speaker, which is a person, and two verbs, drive and gather, which are actions. Next, we have high school. And remember, a noun is a person, place, or thing. And we know when we read our newspaper, the place in the news we read about was school. So high school is a noun because it is a place. We'll shrink that down a little. You can't do that at home if you're using scissors, can you? All right, let's go to our next column. We finished all the ones in the left column, so we're going to cut out our words in the right column next. This word I know from our reading is supposed to be graduate. Graduate means you are finished with school. This is kind of a tricky one because you could also read it, because it's spelled the same way as graduate, which is a person who is graduating or who has graduated. But this month, our vocab word was graduate, which means the act of finishing school or graduating. So graduate is a verb, the act of graduating. And you can tell that this is an act because they're celebrating there. There's a party, so it's not just the person, it's actually the event or the thing that that person is doing. They're graduating. Next, we have city leader. City leader is a person. And we remember that people are nouns. City leader. We have two left, seniors and give. See if you can guess those before we put them on the board. Here's seniors. Look at that picture. What do we see? People. The school building is behind them to show that that's a place, but we're talking about seniors. We're talking about the people. So that would be a noun. Seniors is a noun. We'll make that a little bit smaller so it fits in here. And then our last word is give. I'm going to give you something that is an action. It's not a person. It's not a place. It's not a thing. So we know that give is a verb. How did you do on your worksheet? Did you get them all right? I encourage you to practice doing these again. If you struggled, if you got them all down the first time, you are golden. I'll talk to you soon, and we'll do our next worksheet together tomorrow. Bye.